Hi, David Halliday with BoatSmith here in the back shop area of our shop at West Palm Beach. We have the Ariki set up out behind the shop so we can put the rig up, do some final calculations and measurements so we can get all our standing rigging and work out our running rigging and our Bimini top. We have a helm seat here, which underneath will provide plenty of storage for 2 propane bottles and lots of other stuff too. This is the helm location. We've got it set up for a 48-inch wheel. The motor controls for the 270 horsepower outboards under the boxes outboard of me, they go here. So they're kind of recessed in here a little bit, but still plenty of access to them. There'll be 2 tubes here that go up to the Bimini. That helps us get our wiring up to the lights in the overhead of the Bimini, as well as provide more support for the center part of the Bimini. We have, the Bimini will attach to the 2 main beams, as well as to here, as well as with a banister here outside each companionway, and one a little bit further going outboard, and then there'll be 4 angled forward. This provides a great basis for an enclosure, for screens, for curtains, for a dodger, whatever sort of canvas work might make the boat just perfect for you. All the furniture in the cockpit is made either of Cusa board or of Divinycell laminated with fiberglass, so it's strong and it's all lightweight and none of it's ever going to rot out. We have in the front part of the console, this is our access panel for the electronics, for the steering gear. This is the in the cockpit ice box. We'll have 3 inches of insulation all the way around it. Port and starboard each side, we have gas tanks that are 55 gallons apiece, and they're made out of aluminum, epoxy coated aluminum, and they fit nicely under there. This is the winch island where the halyard winch and the halyard stoppers will go, and on each side of that is space for 2 8D house batteries. So we have a total of 4 8D house batteries here. The drop leaf table goes here. That's a high-low table. So when it goes down, this will just fill into a playpen. And when it's up and folded up, you have dining for 8. You know, this is pretty close if you're hungry. 10 easily. And it's a very spacious cockpit. We're working on the Bimini now. I mentioned outside that we were working on the Bimini. I'm standing on top of the Bimini mold, which has the bottom skin of the Bimini laminated on it. On top of that skin, it'll get an 1.5 inch foam core. We're doing some work before we fit the coring. We've installed conduit and electrical boxes so that we can run some wiring inside the Bimini to our light fixtures. So we have running lights, we have actually our forward floodlights, driving lights, headlights if you will. We have cockpit lights, we have a high intensity cockpit light, and then we have a low intensity mood lighting. Back here, this area here corresponds to right over the console, and so we have those 2 tubes that support the Bimini in the center from the console to the Bimini that carry wiring. We have junction boxes for those there, as well as, if you look, you'll see these Cusa board squares everywhere. They're the same thickness as the foam coring, but they're a higher density foam, and they're not going to crush between the two skins when we bolt the legs on. There are a number of legs that hold this Bimini on, and so this way, when we bolt that leg on, it's gonna have a good strong base for it, as well as just supporting the load of the Bimini. We'll have the main sheet loads, and we'll have the screecher load will tack to the top of the Bimini as well. That's so that we can get a nice clean upwind angle on the Bimini or on the screecher, which, well, we really wanted to sail very well upwind. These are the plugs for our dagger board molds. This is one half and the other half is behind me here. It's just a painstaking process of building it up and checking our shape. We've got an airfoil shape picked out and just making it just as perfect as we can. And then we start over and we try and make it just a little bit tighter. And then when we have it to what we are going to find acceptable, then we will wax this up and use this as a mold as a plug to fabricate the mold to make the dagger boards. And from the dagger boards, then we'll make a mold for the trunk. So we're spending the time on these to get them just right.